No BS. Alright, good. Alright, that is good there. The bot is on there. Still waiting for Twitch to come up. We will have a quick look at the Maryland roster in just a second. Once we see that Twitch has come online.
See the starter last year?
I don't think so.
Well, I see what his numbers are like last year.
No, he was not. Alright, looks like that is live. So, yes, there we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, for week 10 of League 1. Washington State has a bye this week, so the only game we have for you is Maryland at Penn State. It is a revenge game for one of Penn State's losses last year, and it is also a big recruiting game for Penn State this year. So without further ado, we'll have a quick look at the roster and then get into the game. This is a young, fast quarterback here. And good passing. Does he rush? He definitely does rush. It's not a... Yeah, 102 is a lot of attempts. That makes that 2.3 yards per rush is deceptive, I think.
Good news is that he has the awareness of a sophomore.
Yeah. The good news is that he has the awareness of a sophomore. At halfback, Bernard is a beast at 73 yards a game. Does a little bit of catching as well. Do they run with the second halfback? That's a good question. Yes, they do. Fullback is involved, maybe as a blocker mostly. That's very good for a fullback. Who knows if we'll see him on the field. 86 yards a game, 42 yards a game, 30 yards a game, spreading it around a little. Interesting, that's the starting tight end. Like, they must be short at wide receiver to have both tight ends in their wide receiver depth chart, including the starting tight end. So it'll be interesting to see, it's 68 yards a game. He's their number 2 receiver. Is Ernest Kidd getting those from when playing in the tight end position or playing in the 4th wide receiver position? I don't know yet. On the line, they've got 81, 83, who is injured. I know he's out, so they're playing a 74, 80, 81. That is not a bad line, but it's a line without anything magical on it. 88 left end, 82 right end, 85 D tackle. That's a better defensive line than offensive line. 87, 89, Strength of their team there, yeah, as we look at the secondary, definitely the strength of the team is the linebackers, and the defense is the strength of the team relative to definitely the offensive line on offense and the depth at wide receiver. But they can make up for that by the speed of the quarterback and if they use those tight ends correctly. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Coach Spector. He's going to give you the play-by-play for the game. This is Maryland at Penn State. Week 9 of League 10. Season 10.
Good evening, Leon. It is football time. Foosball. You playing that foosball again?
These boys.
Revenge game. This team defeated Penn State last year. This year, at home in the rain, Penn State looks to muddy up Maryland.
Show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. The Terrapins have been their own worst enemy during this losing streak. Now, to take nothing away from the teams that have beaten them, most of these problems have been self-inflicted. As they like to say,
cold turkey is bad for your health, Leon.
Off their own schedule, meaning stop making unforced mistakes and see if they can finally get a W. Thanks for checking out the pregame show. NCAA college football action coming up next with Brad and Kirk on the call. David and I will see you at halftime.
Number 1 in interceptions in the country.
When it opened in 1960, it could seat 46,000, and since then, it's more than doubled in size. Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania is rocking. It's time for the coin toss now, presented by Coke Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories. Enjoy everything.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You see Maryland there with the state flag pants. Penn State lining up their adjustments, getting ready for the kickoff.
Is lined up and just about ready to send this one off as we're ready to get this game underway. And he got all of this one. Great kick. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. Williams' overall ability, Herbie, has got to drive you crazy if you're a defensive coach.
Yeah, you look at a defensive coordinator trying to slow this guy down. It's next to impossible. He can do so many different things. And today, they're going to try to put pressure on him because if you sit back, he just makes too many things happen.
Now the offense gets ready to take their first crack at it.
Penn State lining up in the shotgun big. It's the option play. The quarterback keeper gains a first down on the first play, 11 yards off to the right-hand side. The ball's going to be on the right hash mark out of the Penn State 36-yard line. Excellent first play to get this game started off by the Nittany Lions.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 36-yard line.
Another option play out of the shotgun. Big. This time it's the fullback up the gut. He gets a solid 4-yard gain, setting him up with second and approachable. Out to their own 40-yard line.
From their own 40-yard line. Second down.
Here we go. Check. Regular.
Complete to Howell on the right-hand side. It's the first completion for Penn State as they look to heat up that quarterback and get the passing game in order here in the early going. Out 1 yard shy of the midfield stripe.
From their own 49-yard line. First down.
Staying in the shotgun big. It's an option to the left side. Fullback up the gut. Sorry, check that. Britt, the halfback up the gut. A 6-yard gain. Going to be 2nd and 4. Now into Maryland territory.
Second and 4 coming up here. Ball on the 46-yard line.
Now leaving the comfort of the shotgun big set. Penn State spreading it out a little bit with the shotgun Y trips. Pass deflected at the line of scrimmage. No fault of Williams there. It's going to be 3rd down for Penn State.
They're about 4 yards away here on 3rd down.
Coming out in the 5 wide. Maryland responds with 4 down linemen in a dime set.
Receiver.
Here we go. Red 18.
Incompletion over the middle.
Complete.
Terrific coverage.
The defender was able to get there just as the ball did. The collision jarring the ball loose. It's going to be 4th and 4. Penn State forced to punt from midfield. They're going to look to pin the Terrapins deep.
Big kick here to try to pin the offense deep in their own territory. It's away. Short punt.
Good punt down inside the 20-yard line. That's going to be, looks to be about the 18. 19-yard line, they'll call it.
Really trust their defense.
Maryland will start with the ball in their own red zone.
For the first drive of the game.
Penn State coming out in the 4-man front. Complete to Kid over the middle. Maryland coming out with a pass on the first play. Going to get them 19 yards, and they'll look to go no huddle.
They're running the football and they're mixing in some play action. And what that does is it freezes the linebackers and the safeties and puts a lot of pressure on them to have to be able to defend both the run and the play action. And as a play caller, when I know I can go to play action,
Kid with a second consecutive catch.
good about it's getting my quarterback in rhythm, slowing down the defense.
The bulky tight end, 2 catches for 33 yards.
They'll spread the field with 5 wide. Pressure got to him and he put it on the ground.
Fumble. It's a strip sack. Maryland able to recover, but it's a huge loss of 11 yards. That's going to go in the books as a sack. That'll also count as a forced fumble. That's going to set Maryland up with a 2nd and 21.
So the sack makes this
They're going to need to put a postage stamp on this one if they want to get the first down. Under pressure again. Foster with the catch, limited to 7 yards.
there and was able to pick up yards
The
underneath.
Penn State defense getting into the backfield rather quickly, forcing Maryland to go for the short gain. Going to set up 3rd and long. Under pressure again, another short pass forced. Only 4 yards, they needed more, and Penn State's going to get the ball back.
First down
That pressure defense responding for the Nittany Lions created the long distance yardage situation and then exacerbated it. If they watched the game film, the Terrapins would not have been expecting the high pressure defense from the Nittany Lions. They have eschewed the 4-man front for much of the season, going with a 3-man front based on their personnel. But looking at the depth chart today, looking at the recruits coming in to visit, they thought that the way to go was to bring the high pressure attack on defense, and so far it's paying off. They'll look to get something going here on offense as they start the ball near their own 20-yard line in the shotgun set. It's complete to the path back out of the backfield on the right-hand side. Britt able to get 2 yards, but it does count as the second completion for Williams. He's now 2 for 4 for 11 yards.
From their own 22-yard line. Second down.
Great read, great pitch. Gets the first down for Penn State. A 9-yard gain by Carter off to the left side, off of the option. Well timed on the pitch there by Williams. Carter up the gut, gets a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 9. Penn State moving left to right across your radio dial.
From their own 31-yard line. It's 2nd down.
Nittany Lions in the shotgun set again. In traffic, an excellent route, an excellent catch by the man Cole Robinson, one of the stars of this offense. He gets on the board for the first time today with a 17-yard catch. Yes, indeed. Penn State facing off against Maryland. Your Washington State Cougars are on a bye this week. Nittany Lions out near midfield. Triple option again to the right side. Williams able to get positive yardage. It's going to be 2nd and 7 across the midfield stripe. Williams out with lots of room. An excellent block by Hickman there at the wide receiver position. Gets another 12 yards for Williams. Number 6, Hickman, the wide receiver, able to make an excellent block and sustain it long enough for Williams to get past him. That's stretched a 10 or 15-yard gain into a 30-yard gain. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Penn State's defense looks like it's ready to feed off this crowd all game long. It's like having an extra player out there.
It sure is, Brad. They are off to a great start in that opening series. Let's see how they play here. Again, trying to just set the
Penn
tone
State
here.
scoring on their drive, their second drive of the ball game. They're going to come out here for Maryland's second drive of the ball game
Way too early to change your game.
and look to get the stop here on defense again.
Quick throw, incomplete, wanted his receiver.
They're going to rule that incomplete. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds before he caught the ball. It's going to be second and long here for the Maryland Terrapins at their own 25-yard line.
From their own 25-yard line.
Good afternoon, J-Rod. We've got Coach Spector here doing play-by-play for Coach Ninja. Heavy pressure there once again. It's going to be third and long.
He'll kill you all game, but they got excellent pressure on that play.
The corner route by McClellan picks up 22 yards and a first down on third down, and Maryland looks to run the no huddle here out of the midfield stripe. It's a draw play up the middle. Bernard with a couple of jukes before anybody even gets there. Side-to-side action gets him 6 yards on his first carry of the ball game as we approach the end of the first quarter. Another no-huddle play, another run up the gut by Bernard, this time only 2 yards. Going to be third and 2. Probably the last play of the first quarter. Under pressure again, but he gets the pass off.
Might be coming back, folks. Let's check out the penalty.
A clipping call is going to reset the down and distance. It'll be third down once again, and this time a longer distance.
Third down play because of the penalty.
Well, here you're in the third down situation. Someone makes a
Penn State. And we welcome you back to the action here. Just about set to start the second quarter.
Maryland coming out in a shotgun set. Penn State in the dime, normal.
He rifles it.
Past the sideline, gets the first down. Foster with a 13-yard catch. Maryland continuing with their no-huddle attack inside the Penn State 40-yard line here in the early going of the second quarter.
Because he's certainly capable of making big plays.
He's tackled.
Penn State ready for the run up the gut this time on first down. A loss of 1 by Bernard is going to get Maryland out of their no-huddle attack. They're going to be forced to go back to the huddle after the loss of yardage. It'll be second and long here for Penn State's defense.
Second and 11 coming up now. Ball on the 39-yard line. Quick strike and he drops.
Pressure again causing the early pass. Could have affected the catch. Higgins unable to hang on. And we've got ourselves another third down.
Play of the drive.
Instant pressure by Penn State. Barely gets the ball off. Intercepted by Stevens. He brings it out after the 5-yard line up to about the 23-yard line. The first turnover of the ball game. And Penn State's defense responds nicely. Penn State with a number of recruits in town in Happy Valley today, visiting and watching this football game. There are goals to be acquired. If you bring in, for example, a defensive lineman on a recruiting visit, you get bonus points for multiple tackles for loss and multiple sacks. So Penn State monitoring that as this game moves forward. Caught by Howell in the flat on the right side. A 1-yard gain is going to set up 2nd and 9.
From their own 24-yard line. It's 2nd down.
Penn State in the shotgun wide trips. Maryland with what looks like 2 down linemen. Caught by Hickman. Going to set up 3rd and short off of the 7-yard gain. Hickman's first catch of the day. He made an excellent block earlier on an option to the right-hand side. He's rewarded there with his first reception.
Empty backfield, quarterback in the gun. 5 wide receivers.
Good timing there on the pass to Hickman. Caught him right in between zones. And Penn State gets another first down. Robinson over the middle of the tight end, the star receiver for the Nittany Lions. He caught the touchdown pass earlier in the first quarter. That's his 3rd catch for 48 yards here in the first half.
From the 45-yard line, it's 1st down.
Maryland with a 3-man front coming out in the 3-4 defense. Responding to the shotgun big set.
They'll bring him down for a loss on the play.
More plays like this, and the coaching staff is going to need to change up the blocking scheme. You can't allow the defense to play in your backfield.
That 3-4 responding well to the twin tight end set on that play. Penn State with a little no-huddle action of their own. A diving, backwards leaping interception by Hunter off the Maryland Terrapins defense. Heck of an athletic play. That Maryland defense, as we know, as we looked at the ratings going into this football game, the defense being the strength of the team here for the Terps this year.
From their own 32-yard line.
Penn State defense has been playing well. We'll look to see if they can keep that up after the momentum that Maryland gained off of that turnover. Foster with a big play well into Penn State territory. A 30-yard gain. Down to the Penn State, about the 37-yard line.
In the shotgun and 5 wide out.
That sophomore quarterback, 7 of 11 so far for the Terrapins.
Quick pass.
Foster's shoulder touches.
28-yard line.
They're going to rule him down at 2nd and short. As the Terrapins stay with their no-huddle attack, they'll be doing that most of the game today, barring incompletions or loss of yards. Incomplete. Going to be 3rd and inches. 28-yard line, the marker. The right hash as Maryland comes out with a shotgun set single back formation. They run the option. Penn State forced to make the decision as Singletary comes up out of the secondary to put a stop to that play after 6 yards. Almost sacked by Moore. They pass it out to the sideline. It's a loss of 2, and Maryland's going to be forced to huddle up here after that loss of yardage. That'll give Penn State a chance to get their defense a little bit of a breather. As we anticipate, yeah, a little bit of yellow there on the screen for some of those Penn State defenders. They're going to take the full 10 seconds here, give their defense a little bit of a rest.
It's second down, 12 to go. Ball on the 22-yard line.
Almost sacked again. Two defenders there right after the catch. Going to limit it to a 6-yard gain. That's going to be third down once again for the Nittany Lions defense. The linebacker for the Nittany Lions, Moore, unable to get the sack on that play, but he did get into the backfield one step away from the quarterback. May have rushed that pass a little bit, and Maryland's going to be forced to settle for 3. You consider that a win, given that this is coming off of a turnover. Anytime you can hold the opponent out of the end zone following a turnover, you count that as a win. It's going to be 7-3 Nittany Lions, maintaining the lead here in the second quarter.
Big Orange of Oklahoma State, battle and battle, and we've been keeping an eye on this one all day. A tight game, two relentless fighters.
You figure with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left and 3 timeouts, Penn State with plenty of freedom to do whatever it is that they'd like to do here on this offensive drive. No need to rush. No need to alter your play calling. In these situations, you really don't even start to think about the clock until you get to about the 20-yard line.
Absolutely, Brad. I can remember earlier this week when he walked out of our meeting, I looked over at you and we just kind of nodded our heads in agreement that this kid kind of has that it factor that you look for from quarterbacks. Obviously, he's very talented, but I think he has the
Williams gets a completion, the first one and following the interception.
the intangibles to the table, and so far, how can you
As he looks to get his head screwed on back straight following that interception. He's had a good game otherwise. 9 out of 12 for 84 yards and a touchdown
To get the first here on second down.
with just the one blemish.
Penn State holds a 4-point lead.
Second short sees the read option.
Tackle after a decent run up the
Britt up the gut gains 4. It's enough for the first down. 2:06 here remaining in the second quarter as Penn State matriculating the ball down the field.
from their own 34-yard line. First down.
Shotgun set once again. They take the underneath route. The most open receiver, Johnson, makes the 13-yard catch, his first catch of the game. Going to get the ball out towards midfield. Maryland once again with a 4-man front, responding to the shotgun set by Penn State.
That's a great tackle at the 39.
Going to be sacked there for a loss of 8. It's going to be second down.
That'll make it second and long. They find themselves in a hole here after that sack. It's second and long. A quarterback in the gun with 5 receivers.
Great catch by Hickman. Well timed. Excellent play. A monster play given the sack just the play before. Williams responds with an accurately thrown football that had to be on the mark. It was on the mark. Hickman able to make the catch. That's what you call throwing a receiver open. He was in tight coverage, but the way the play was set up, he was able to break free after the catch and get a lot of yards after the gain.
It's first down and 10 now after picking up some great yardage through the air.
Going to set up Penn State on a 14-yard line.
4. Unselfish play by the
Britt gets him
quarterback.
9.
Gives them a 9-yard gain. That brings up second and long. They'll get him for a loss.
It's going to be third down here, 33 seconds before the half,
Defense wouldn't let the
as Coach Ninja looks to talk about things with his offense.
Again by this defense, they're executing very well on that side of the ball.
And this play is number 8 on the
Big
drive.
play coming here for the Nittany Lions.
They come out in an empty backfield. Slings it. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
That'll be a big boost. You always want to capitalize on the yardage situation. That was an excellent
That 46-yard gain over the middle from Williams to Hickman. Monster play, setting up that score. So far, the biggest play of the game for either side. It came right on the heels of a sack and a 2nd and 18.
And they make the stop at the 49-yard line.
Anytime a defense brings pressure like that.
23 seconds now as Maryland calls a timeout following the gain. They're looking to respond quickly.
And their communication, even pre-snap read. Okay, here, if this blitz is coming, I've got to pick up him. And I thought that time they recognized the blitz. They communicated very well up front. Everybody picked up their assignment and it gave the quarterback
The long corner route incomplete.
and make that throw.
From the 49-yard line. 2nd down. They get to the quarterback, and now the ball is
It's another strip sack by Penn State. Smith picks it up. He's at the 20, the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Nittany Lions off the defensive turnover.
It always makes you nervous anytime a defender tries to pick up a fumble and run with it instead of just falling on it. Man, did it work.
Monster play for Penn State. Blows the game wide open. They've got a 21-3 lead here, 10 seconds before the half. That play was about as unpredictable, unscheduled, and willy-nilly as just about anything that Doc Jocular does.
Well, let's see if the offense can make up for the misfortune they had just a few moments ago.
I know as a quarterback, it's always hard to watch the defense score a touchdown on you. But it was always a reminder to take extra care of the football.
They'll bring him down at about the 33-yard line. Maryland's going to have to use their 2nd time out of the half. So it's 2nd down and about 2 yards to go. So we'll probably get one last heave to the end zone here before halftime.
Wildly off target on the pass there. Higgins feeling the pressure once again. This high-pressure defense by Penn State. Clearly the right decision in the game plan entering the football game.
Here comes the pressure.
Pressure once again. A desperation pass is intercepted by the star safety, Powell. That's going to end the half. The 3rd turnover for the Maryland Terrapins. Only 1 in the column for Penn State. +2 turnover differential, a 21-3 lead. Defense playing lights out. Maryland's only 3 points coming following the turnover as we go to the halftime break.
21-3, Penn State.
Hi, everybody. Glad to have you with us on the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 halftime show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. David Pollock here in the studio as always to lend a little perspective to what just went down in the first 30 minutes. The first half performance, the best word I can think of is ruthless. a 3-score edge. It was devoid of emotion. It was very methodical. This is a team that understands what it needs to accomplish out there.
Absolutely. Do what you do. Come out, take care of business. It doesn't have to be flashy. It has to be, but they take care of the little things, and the little things add up to something big, and next thing you know, they're up by 3 scores. I expect the lead to continue to grow over the second half. It's the team that doesn't mess around, that always takes care of business. You can trust this team. This is a team that week after week has put these type of performances together to say, you know what? They're a team that I trust.
That's it for us here in the studio. What are you going to do in the second half while the game's going on?
Yeah, I'm going to kick back and watch all these monitors.
We'll keep you up to date on everything going on around the country right now. Time for the second half with Brad and Kirk.
Reese and David, welcome back, everybody. Just about set to start the second half. Excellent kick. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. The Nittany Lions continue to get it done on the defensive side of the football, Kirk.
Yeah, they've done a good job of building this lead and almost determined here to protect it. Let's see if they can hold on here for the rest of the way.
There's got to be some sense of urgency to this offense right now. They don't have the luxury of wasting drives.
Run up the gut by Bernard, gains 5 yards. Going to set up 2nd and 5 for the Terrapins here, opening the second half. The defender right there in the company of the receiver, going to set up 3rd down for the Nittany Lions defense. The back of the backfield preventing the quarterback from his full drop back. He felt those footsteps a little sooner than he would have liked, got rid of the pass a little early, and Penn State, thankful for it, able to get the stop here and the ball back.
Well covered by the kicking team. He didn't go anywhere.
And Hickman will be feeling that tomorrow.
Really questionable decision to field the ball there.
Check that Hoffman.
Or even maintain your grip on the ball. That could have turned out even worse than it did.
Both squads are digging in now. Let's see what happens on this next drive. And he's taken down at the 32.
Carter stuffed on the run up the middle.
That brings up 2nd and 13.
Penn State yet to throw the ball on 1st down. Looks like Maryland was ready for the run that time.
2nd down.
Robinson over the middle again. A monster gain. About 20 yards there. That gives him 74 yards on the game. The Nittany Lions leading receiver, as Williams now 13 out of 16 today.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 41-yard line.
Everyone was covered. Penn State stays in the pocket, takes the sack. It's going to be second and long. That's Johnson's second sack from the defensive tackle position, number 96 for the Terrapins. Robinson in traffic, makes the catch, breaks the tackle, gets a 27-yard gain. That's going to put him over the century mark. The pass perfectly placed.
First and 10. Ball on the 23-yard line.
23-yard line, the marker on the left hash here. Penn State back onto the shotgun big set. A shotgun big, not the shotgun big. So called because it has twin tight ends. There is a formation called the shotgun big, but any formation with twin tight ends is a big set. That one in particular called the split big. Halfback out of the backfield. Britt gets the ball down inside the 5-yard line, and Penn State smells points.
Watch out for a pass play when you're in a goal line D. Standing up.
They bite hard on the halfback up the middle. Williams able to take it to the outside and scores on his feet.
That one looked pretty simple.
Well, this quarterback is an average player. He runs the option very well. His defense fits. I think these coaches love to coach a guy like this, and another great performance by him individually and for this offense.
Not a whole lot's been working for them so far. They should just come out and play loose and easy because they've got nothing to lose. Throwing left.
Interception by Allen. The fourth turnover by the Terrapins,
That pass was thrown with very little
by the freshman.
and it was an easy interception for the defense.
Although at this point in the season, hard to continue to call him a freshman. He's a good player, 83 on a first-year starter. Able to make the play there on that one. Penn State rolling now, ahead by 25 with the football, halfway through the third quarter.
In control. Grabs a pitch, looking for the corner. Tackle at the
The pitch to Britt gets a yard. It's going to set up 2nd and 9
The kind of hits that
for the
keep
Nittany Lions.
miles off a ball carrier.
Complete to Howell on the right side. Tackle just a yard short, going to be 3rd and a yard, 12 inches.
Dropped back and delivered a nice throw.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 1.
Williams with the quarterback keeper up the gut out of the shotgun formation. Catches Maryland off guard. Going to be a first down once again for the Nittany Lions.
How many yards do I lose?
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 21. Completes it, and he's hit hard immediately. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Seeing a lot of yellow there on the offensive line for Penn State.
Second down, 10 to go. Ball on the 21-yard line. Penn State comes to the line. They got a big advantage in this one.
Penn State didn't like the look that they got. Didn't want to waste a timeout. They'll take the delay game.
So the delay of game will move them back a few, and I'm pretty sure the coach isn't happy with his quarterback right now. So it's 2nd down and 15 after the penalty. He makes it to the 25-yard line.
1 yard gain by Britt. It's going to bring up 3rd and long from the 25-yard line. Penn State's going directly to the field goal attempt from the middle of the field. 5 mile an hour winds against, but he puts it right down the pipes.
Check in with Reese Davis in the studio.
The Wolfpack of North Carolina State and the Tigers
Extends the lead to 28 points.
of a rivalry in the Textile Bowl. These two teams hate each other. Hate is such a strong word, but it really fits here.
Looks like they're ready for the kick.
Tactical kick.
He sends this one deep. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. The Terrapins are just falling apart in this quarter. I mean, are there any positives you can even use to motivate the team right now?
Well, as bad as it looks and feels right now, there's still over a quarter of football to be played. You just got to forget about the mistakes, try to get a little bit of momentum created, and get confidence back in this quarterback being able to make plays for it.
Penn State responding to the shotgun set with a 4-man front. Under pressure once again. It's been a long day for Higgins.
He'll kill you all game, but they got excellent pressure on that play.
He's thrown 3 picks himself. Looks like the backup threw a pick while he was off the field.
Throws in the middle.
Check that. Maryland does have a total of 3 interceptions. They had a strip sack
2-yard line.
that was, of course, run back for a touchdown by Penn State.
There's a strike complete. He's down.
Kid with the catch, immediately tackled. Going to be 2nd and 5 for the right hash mark.
Catches it, and that's all.
Maryland trying to get something going here on offense. Limited to only 3 points today by the Penn State defense. As an attacking front
Zipped it out, and that was
has resulted in all sorts of matchup difficulties for the Terrapins. They're in desperation mode now, down by 28 points, and they're going to go for this fourth down. Almost sacked again. They hold the play to 3 yards, but they only needed 1. It's going to be a fresh set of downs for the Terrapins here as we near the end of the third quarter. There's another sack. That's 3 sacks for Penn State on the day.
He took a shot on that play. That was a great hit.
2 out of 3.
2 for Marshall himself. One more sack by Marshall, and he'll have the necessary impressive performance to get a bonus for visiting defensive line recruits. Pickens under pressure again as we get to the fourth quarter. Left punt there, but recovered by Penn State. They will retain the momentum as they now have the ball back. The third sack that you saw earlier by Marshall, greeted with applause from the Penn State sidelines, as they know that that has a positive effect on their recruiting. Reactive shopping for the groceries to cook the meal, something that you need to maintain throughout the course of the entire season. Complete to Johnson. He breaks the tackle, gets pushed out of bounds. A 19-yard gain by Jeremy Johnson off the left side, and Williams, 19 out of 22 on the day. Caught by Robinson. His 6th catch of the day. He's out to 111 yards. Penn State now well across the 50 to the 40-yard line of the Terrapins. 2nd and inches. Every coach's favorite down and distance. Simple run up the gut, gets 8.
He took advantage of a powerful effort by his offensive line to turn that into a pretty big run.
Caught by Carter out of the backfield. A 13-yard gain puts Williams over 250 yards passing on the day. And the Penn State offense over 350 yards.
From the 20-yard line, first down.
Leaping catch by Robinson.
putting that ball up in the coverage. Now, the receiver made the play. They get a first down. But if you're a quarterback, you want to be very, very selective and very careful on how many chances you're willing to take.
As Penn State has the ball down to the 8-yard line. A long 8, a short 9, depending on how you look at it. Coach Ninja in the shotgun set. Completes to Hickman off to the left side. No gain. Going to be 2nd and goal. That's Hickman's 7th catch of the game for the Nittany Lions.
They're at the 8. 2nd down.
You're watching Season 10 action from League 1. The 10th season of League 1 as Coach Ninja, the coach of Penn State, in the revenge game against Maryland. This is a team that last year converted 10 out of their first 12 third down attempts in a huge upset over the Nittany Lions. This is a revenge game. Penn State looking to pour it on.
It's the 9th play of the drive.
Here on 3rd and goal.
5 wide.
I'm your host, Coach Spector. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
For Hickman, that catch places him in a dead heat for the team's single-season record.
It's been an incredible relief for a quarterback to got to target this defender. That's why they call it number 6. Plays as one, and they've been fun to watch today.
38-3 the score.
Stretch here. You want to get experience.
3:43 remaining in the football game.
And try to avoid injuries. And he's taken down at the
Tackled
36.
immediately, but not after the first down gained by McClellan on his 3rd catch of the day. Maryland in full hurry-up mode as they've been all day. Higgins under pressure as he's been all day. Able to complete the pass to McClellan that time. More often than not, though, that pressure by Penn State has wreaked havoc with the Maryland offense.
He's going to try and scramble. He's at the 30, and down he goes at the 25.
Higgins rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. Able to get the first down on the ground, running for his life.
Open receiver.
Dropped near the sideline, going to set up 2nd and long.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 25-yard line. Quick shot to the open receiver.
Another incompletion, another pass near the sideline, another drop by a receiver. Sets up 3rd and long for the Nittany Lions defense.
Defensive line to eventually put pressure on the quarterback.
4th and long here after the sack. Just under 3 to go in regulation. Here comes
Under pressure again, sacked again.
They'll turn it over.
Higgins in the turf.
That far away, someone's got to step up and make a play on 4th down. It just didn't happen for him here.
Start another drive, hoping to duplicate the results.
Penn State coming out in the shotgun set as they look to pour salt on the wounds and get even more revenge.
He's saying from his because, again, they put so much time in trying to put a plan together. And
Waits in the pocket.
actually come in
Knew he was going to take the hit.
feel pretty good as a
Gets the pass off. A 19-yard gain by Hickman puts him over the century mark as well.
In the gun with 5 receivers.
Short completion to Hickman over the middle. He gets the first down.
2-yard line. They'll line up with 5 wide receivers. Tries to fit it in there, and it'll be intercepted.
Interception by Maryland. Tight coverage there, preventing the completion. And that Penn State defense going to get back out on the field.
Hear how big the lead is. You never want to throw the football to your opponent. That's a mistake by the quarterback, and he'll hear about it from his quarterback coach and his offensive coordinator.
Got it, but he's going to lose yards here. And we'll take a break.
Injured player on the field, Ben Bernard.
It's 2nd and 11. Ball on the 21.
Starting tailback for the Terrapins.
A little more than 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. And he is
Higdon, the backup, fares no better.
loss of 2 on the run by
A
the
loss of
halfback.
2.
Defender snuck right through the blocks and just drilled the ball carrier. That's a stand.
Smith with a tackle for loss. That gives him 2 tackles for loss on the day.
Open man, quick strike, and he
Incompletion. Going to give the ball back to Penn State, as Maryland will undoubtedly punt, trailing by 35 on their own 19-yard line.
Lewis to punt. Hawkins fields it at the 44. And they push him
Hawkins
out.
makes the catch, gets the ball down to the 38-yard line of the Terrapins.
Gotta be happy this guy
And Penn State right back in business.
The way he did today, there's reason for their optimism and the reason they feel good about having him on their side.
I'm sure the quarterback would love to make amends for that last pick.
One general rule in any game is to hold on to the ball. If you're in the negative in the turnover department, your chances of winning decrease exponentially.
They bring the quarterback down.
Quentin Johnson's 3rd sack of the day. Number 96, a player to watch for the Terrapins.
So the sack makes this a 2nd and long. Defense goes with the extra defensive backs as the offense comes up 5 wide. Throws it into coverage, and it's intercepted.
Intercepted by Maryland here in garbage time.
A little over a minute in the game. Throws off balance, incomplete. We're down to just a minute in this game.
As we see a final there on the bottom of the screen, Arizona upsetting number 6 Oregon. That's a big score in Pac-10 play.
Just throws this one away.
Arizona State, of course, taking on Coach Jocular in League 1 action shortly following this game. That game will not be televised on Twitch, but that game will go a long way towards deciding the Southern Division in the Pac-12 this year. But that result, Arizona, unranked Arizona, who I believe came into the game at 1-5,
The tight end. He's tackled at midfield.
with a huge upset over number 6 Oregon. Number 20 Clemson falling in overtime to NC State. A lesser upset, but an upset nonetheless.
And he throws it away.
At least we believe that Doc Jocular will be playing his game against Arizona State. That's the information we have as of this minute. That could change minute to minute.
Makes the catch, and he's got nowhere to go. The Nittany Lions will use their first first time out of the half.
Almost sacked.
Gets it to his tailback. Brought down.
Going to be 4th and 9 here for the Maryland offense.
Coverage there, fellas, and that's why they stopped that screen.
Yeah, and when the secondary isn't dropping back into zone, it makes it difficult to have success with that kind of screen play.
He's going to try to coffin corner this one.
Why not?
Fielded at the 11. And he's tackled at the 21-yard line. And for Williams, he's had a rough outing this afternoon.
Well, it's been amazing to watch this defense because they've done such a great job of applying pressure on the quarterback that they're definitely getting these turnovers, but it all starts with the pressure that they've been able to create consistently on this quarterback.
Penn State's called their final timeout. Late in the fourth quarter, this game has been over for a long time, and now we just want to get out of here like these two teams do. He punts it away, and there's no hang time on this one.
Penn State with a deep punt.
For Penn State, they've been coming after the quarterback all day long. Good pass rush by these guys today.
That bounce got you 10, 12 yards.
The lights went out a long time ago for one of these teams anyway. They'll be put out of their misery soon.
Here in the closing minutes, closing seconds
Catches it, and he's looking for more.
of this ball game.
Shoved out of bounds at the 31.
Wrapping this one up clearly with the blowout win. Penn State sticking Maryland's nose in it,
31-yard line.
avenging last year's upset win.
Got it and brought down immediately.
Just getting a second too late.
That's going to do it. 38-3, the final score. The Nittany Lions avenging last year's loss with a 35-point win, holding the Maryland Terrapins to just 3 points.
38-3, Penn State.
An outstanding defensive performance by the Nittany Lions. They came out with an alternative strategy to what they normally have been doing this season. They've come out a 3-3-5 in most games based on personnel decisions. But seeing what Maryland had to work with on the offensive line, that being a somewhat of a weakness for the Terrapins, looking at the scouting report leading into this game, it was decided that Penn State would go with an aggressive front on defense, and that paid off in spades, able to get several sacks and several turnovers. We see there on the scores around the country, Louisville upsetting number 23, Florida State. That's the third top 25 team that we've seen fall this week. Might be an upset weekend for ranked teams. Holding Maryland to -5 yards rushing. They count sacks as rushing attempts, and Maryland attempted a lot of sacks.
Yeah, and if I hadn't been trying to get them the ball so
An excellent performance by the Nittany Lions. That's going to close out Week 9 Twitch action for us, as Washington State once again on a bye this week. Next week, Penn State will be on a bye, as Washington State at home will face off against the currently number 10 ranked Crimson Tide of Alabama. That game next week Next Friday evening, Alabama at Washington State, a top 10 battle. This week's performance by Penn State, one for the books. A good win to head into their bye week on. They'll look to carry that momentum when they come back in 2 weeks' time. Look for this channel's activity next Friday night as we see that top 10 battle between yours truly, Coach Spector, and the Washington State Cougars. We're 2 weeks away from a couple of big games all in one go. Week 11, a lot of action there as we saw for both teams. Both Penn State and Washington State facing off against top 25 teams. That does it for us this week. We thank you for joining us. We look forward to your company next Friday night.